Okay, I'm going to cook a potato salad. I've put the potatoes in water and I'm bringing it to boil. And I'm going to cook the bacon over here. I like sticky bacon. I'm going to cut it up fairly small. You don't have to worry about it too small. Then I'm going to try to cover it. Actually, I should use another pan, because when you cover it, the water comes out of the bacon and helps to dissolve or break down the fat. The fat in the bacon is the tasty bit. That's why I bought streaky bacon. So and we'll try to do that. So I transferred the bacon to another frying pan that I have a lid for. In fact, this lid fits it. I'll just put it on there. And I'll turn it down because I just want it to simmer so that the water inside the bacon comes out. Then it helps break down the fats. What is this one boiling in? Okay, get there. Yes, I'll move back. Eventually I'm going to cook the bacon so it's crispy, but I want to get all the fats to dissolve. Look how the water's come out of the bacon and it's starting to dissolve the fat. Put the lid back on. Now the potatoes going. Yeah, I'll take that lid off for a while so I can poke them. Cooking potatoes is like cooking other things like pasta. You've got to cook them just right. You don't want to overcook them. So you keep poking them until they're soft enough to eat. Not too soft, not too hard. Okay, I'm preparing the spring onion now. Chop off the ends. Slice each of them like I've sliced here. So that when you chop them nice and fine, otherwise the rings won't fall apart. You always get sand inside, and then you've got to put them in water and wash all the sand off them. Okay, I've got rid of most of the dark green part of the spring onion, and the rest is all sliced up in here. Now what you've got to do is mash it around with your hand to make sure you break it up to remove any sand that's caught in between the layers. Okay, spring onion's washed. You can see the sand at the bottom there. I'm now just letting it drain. Just get all the water, get as much of the water out as I can. So I'm just sitting there. The potatoes nearly cooked. The bacon, let's have a look at the bacon. The bacon's still going. I'll leave it a little bit longer before I take the lid off and start drying it, because I want the bacon to be nice and crispy with the fat. Another thing I like to add is grape shaped tomatoes. I'll slice them in half. Yeah, half will be right. And before that, I'll just wash them. Just wash the surface. Use the same water I had the spring onion. Okay, these grape tomatoes are quite big, so I've actually sliced each one into 3 bits. Just cut like a third off, and then the end, whatever, and then just slice it on the other way. Okay, I've drained the water out of the potatoes. I've turned the heat up on the bacon, taken the lid off. I'm now going to start to break the fat down and get it nice and crispy. Okay, with the amount of potatoes I have and bacon, I probably need about 4 boiled eggs, hard boiled eggs. I've actually put 5 in there. I might not use all the bacon. I might save some for a pasta carbonara later. I think I might use all. No, there's a bit too much. Okay, as the bacon's cooking, keep stirring it. Notice how the fat has a nice shimmer to it. That was from boiling it in its own water, and that's what I would break it down now, and the water will evaporate and the bacon will start cooking in its own fat, and a tiny bit of olive oil that I added at the start, and everything will go nice and crispy. It's nice to add a few peas. No need to boil them. You can just chuck them in the microwave for about 2 minutes. So peas add a bit of flavour and texture to the potato salad. I've chopped up one chilli I'm going to add, and a little bit of red onion because I thought there wasn't enough spring onion. I'm going to add some pickled hot chilies as well. Actually, I forgot, I need to add some dill. Not dill, pickled cucumbers and dill. The bacon's cooking away and some of it's sticking to the bottom of the pan, so I've got a hard metal scraper now to scrape it off and keep turning it over. Bacon's going to start cooking really quickly now, so you have to keep like and scraping it off the bottom. What else have I done? I've got everything else is sort of ready and waiting. I'll mix it all together soon. Okay, the bacon's getting close to being cooked. I'm going to cook it a little bit more, and when it's cooked, depending how much fat there's there, I'm going to add almost all of it into this pot here and let all the flavours diffuse into the spuds. But it's cooking very quickly now, so you've got to keep stirring and watching it. You want the bacon fairly well cooked. In a potato salad, I probably wouldn't cook it as much as I cook it in a spaghetti carbonara, where I like it a little bit crispier. I don't want it too crispy here, but I want it fairly crispy, so it's getting close. I'm watching it carefully. I never use recipes when I cook. It's always how I feel, so you always get like a different dish depending on how I feel. Now, I was going to save some of the bacon, I'm not going to now. I'm going to chuck most of the bacon into here. I'm not going to chuck all the fat in there because there's too much. We'll add too much bacon flavour to the dish, so I'll chuck probably half of the fat out. Alright, it's just about ready to transfer it, so better get ready. So the bacon cooked to a nice honey colour. I'm going to put the pot on, the lid on this pot and shake it all about. I'm going to chuck this oil out. My fat. It might be hard filming this. After I've cooled the eggs off, I like to break it all over so the whole surface is like really soft, and then I peel it really gently by getting my finger underneath and just taking it off in large amounts. So that's how I peel my eggs. They come out pretty good. Okay, I'm almost ready to add all of the other stuff now. So I'm going to add all this stuff, the pickles, pickled chilies, the fresh chili, the eggs. I only sliced up 2 of them. Some of that will break down into the thing. There's the peas. I'm going to add some whole grain mustard, mayo, the extra onion I sliced up, a little bit of olive oil. I know there's olive oil in mayo, but just add a little bit of balsamic vinegar. I'll squeeze some lemon in there, the tomatoes, and the spring onion. And I think that's it. I'll come back if I forgot something. I forgot to add some salt and pepper, not too much salt because there's lots of salt in the bacon and stuff. So mainly pepper, and then stir it very carefully with a nice spoon, nice flashy spoon, just to mix it all around. I have to put the phone down to do that. In stirring, I use the spoon to go around the outside and just fold it around so I don't break it up. You don't want to smash things up too much, you want to keep them whole. There you go. Looks yum.